the big tech threat, the industry battling for its future against potential new regulations as Congress ramps up regulations on Silicon Valley's largest companies, or at least talks about doing so. Facebook fighting to rebuild trust as well. The networking giant now boosting spending on advertising amid a wave of antitrust and privacy probes. The CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, targeting some of the biggest names in tech over the weekend. In his Stanford commencement speech, Tim Cook says that companies must take responsibility for the chaos that they create. Watch this.
This industry is becoming better known for a less noble innovation. The belief that you can claim credit without accepting responsibility. With every data breach, every privacy violation, every blind eye turned to hate speech, fake news poisoning our national conversation, the false miracles in exchange for a single drop of your blood. Too many seem to think that good intentions excuse away harmful outcomes. But if you've built a chaos factory, you can't dodge responsibility for the chaos. Taking responsibility means having the courage to think things through.
Joining me right now is the head of global brand strategy for Twitter, Alex Josephson. And Alex, it is great to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me,
Thank
Maria.
you so much for joining. So first, let's take a step back. Your reaction to everything going on within technology today, whether it's the breach of privacy or the calls that from Congress that Twitter and others censor conservative speech. What's your reaction?
Sure. So technology brings the world closer together. It enhances culture. It
certainly
creates
can.
jobs, right? But any platform that plays a part in that has a responsibility to the users, to the customers who use their service. And we take data protection and data privacy at Twitter, for example, we take it very, very seriously. We have really strict regulations in place for any third party that licenses our data. That's both through technology that we have, teams that we have reviewing the data licensing in detail, manually. And the reality is our platform is public. So whenever a user signs up to use this service, everything they're doing on the service, engaging with a tweet, sending a tweet, that's all public information. That's the only information that we license to any sort of third party.
How do you make those decisions, Alex? Because, people are saying, look, why is it that one person gets thrown off the Twitter platform because they didn't, the speech fit those descriptions,
Sure.
and then somebody else isn't? And then they'll say, well, maybe because that person's conservative and that person's liberal.
Sure. So just to be really clear, ideology, subjectivity plays zero role in any decisions we make when we're taking action either on a user or on a tweet or any sort of behavior on the platform.
And are you watching this, and one of the leaders at the company, do you watch that, in fact, what you want to do is actually being executed that way?
Absolutely. So historically, we put too much responsibility, too much onus on the users to report those actions and behaviors to us. But over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, we've implemented machine learning technology that knows what to look for, both from an imagery standpoint and a text standpoint, and it proactively detects behaviors that are in violations of our terms and service and of our policies. We've proactively taken action on 40% more of those instances this year versus a year ago.
I've been watching this a lot because I've been doing a lot on AI, and even with artificial intelligence, there's an implicit bias, isn't there?
Well, I mean, we have a team of humans also watching the algorithms and refining them and course correcting them. So we're proud of the progress we've made over the course of the last year. With that said, health on the platform is our #1 priority, and we're continuing to invest in that, and we're continuing to refine that, and we know we have a lot of work to do ahead of us, but we are proud of the progress we've made.
It's funny, you're in charge of brand strategy, and yet we're all using Twitter. It's like the brand is out there. I mean, you've got the President of the United States, the President of India, using Twitter.
Sure. Well, all the world leaders are on Twitter. My team, specifically at Twitter, we work with the biggest CMOs and the biggest brands and their agency partners around the world, helping them get their brand strategy on Twitter right. And a lot of that comes down to understanding our audience, listening to our audience, and what really comes into play is when a brand is launching something new or trying to connect with a moment in culture, and that's where we really get involved.
I think you make such a good point in terms of you working with the other CMOs, because what I keep finding from all these chief marketing officers is they're trying to reach young people. They're trying to reach, this is right in your sweet spot. You've got them.
It is. We just published research with Interpublic Group, which is one of the major holding companies in the ad agency space. It says that cultural relevance drives 25% of all product purchase decisions.
Cultural relevance.
Cultural relevance. So brands who lean into what's happening in the world and have a point of view, those are the brands that are winning the hearts and minds, particularly as you age down amongst consumers when it comes to millennials, when it comes to Gen Z. Gen Z users who use Twitter say they open the app, daily active users, they open the app multiple times a day. More than 70% of Gen Z does
That's
that.
amazing. And what really resonates with them is that there's purpose, that there's they want, like, it's like when they want to go work somewhere. They don't necessarily just want to go make a lot of money. They want a company that actually believes in something, has convictions.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, 70% of Gen Z is already buying products from brands because they agree with them on certain social issues. A third of them have already boycotted brands because they disagree with them. And brands are leaning into that, particularly when it comes to launching new purpose messaging or connecting their company's purpose to something that's happening in culture that's relevant to them. I think a campaign that we all expect to win big in Cannes this year is Nike's Just Do It campaign, which all launched with a tweet from Colin Kaepernick's handle. We expect that to make a lot of noise this week in Cannes.
I wonder if that's going to be the winner of the award.
It very well might. It started with a tweet, and it ended up driving a $6 billion increase in Nike's market cap.
How do you like? You've got to feel great about that. Started with a tweet. You got to explain this new mystery that we're hearing about today from Elon Musk. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Tesla chief says that he has deleted his Twitter account. As it turns out, his Twitter account still exists, but he changed his username, and the new username is daddy.com.
Well, I can't speak on behalf of Elon Musk. I know his tweets send ripple effects through the platform. I think the infamous tweet about potentially taking Tesla private, that actually drove the stock up by 11% in 24 hours. So we talk a lot about starting with Twitter's audience to shape culture and build your brand, and I think he's an example of that. I can't describe or explain his latest behavior set.
Daddy.com. Okay, you just got off stage, right?
Yes.
You were just on stage. Tell me about that, because you're also marking the launch of a new study that's looking at 2,000 Cannes Lion entries from 2014 to 2018, identifying critical characteristics that define brand campaigns.
Yep. Cannes Lions is the epicenter of creativity and advertising. It always has been. Half of Grand Prix and Gold winners last year integrated Twitter into their campaigns. And so we looked at the Twitter-led campaigns from the last half decade, as you mentioned, and we're really looking at the ones that started on Twitter and then transcended Twitter and either impacted the brand, the business, and shaped culture in some unique way, shape, or form. And
so do you see more CMOs spending money on that? Are they investing knowing that these issues are changing? And
absolutely. It's no longer an option to lean into Twitter and to start with our audience. It's a necessity. And we're seeing more brands activate on the platform, and we're seeing brands that have been active on the platform invest in increasingly amounts year on year. We reported our Q1 earnings, advertising revenues up 18% year on year, and that's a sign of the times and the sign of marketers knowing where they really have to start when it comes to their biggest
So how do you deepen your relationships? How do you reach more people and get the user base increasing at Twitter? And how do you deepen that direct-to-consumer relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen 8 consecutive quarters of daily active user growth on Twitter in the range of 9% to 14%. Q1 was no exception. We reported 11% in daily active user growth. All of that's a result of Twitter being what's happening in the world and the product refinements we've made over time to make the app more engaging, to make it more relevant for you. We see direct causation between the product changes we're making and the daily active user growth that we're seeing. And, of course, that's all related to the growth in advertising spend that we're seeing on the platform. More users means more inventory. That means healthier ad engagements. Engagements are up. Ad performance is up on Twitter 23% year on year. Cost is down 4%. And all of that leads to the fact that the business is up 18% year on year.
So that's how you monetize this business. You monetize the platform in that it's just advertising, very simple.
That's right. It all comes down to our audience. So if you want to reach people who are interested in the NBA Finals, or you want to reach K-pop fans, there were 5 billion tweets about K-pop last year alone. Game of Thrones fans, basically any conversation, any audience segment, and particularly the ones that are becoming harder and harder to reach because the world is increasingly mobile. Consumer fragmentation is at an all-time high. That's our sweet spot for marketers.
All right. Well, I will go tweet about it.
Please.
Thank you. Alex, it's good to see you. Thanks so much.
Great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Alex Josephson.